This quiz is now open. Question number 1 is worth 10 points. Question. Verse 10 of Proverbs chapter 8 speaks of receive.
Yellow one.
Interruption.
Receiving what? Receive my instruction, learn from the wisdom. Receive my instruction, not silver. Knowledge of interest gold.
That's correct. You still have to receive knowledge. That is correct. Question number 2 is 2 parts, worth 10 points. Question. According to 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 6, thou hast showed what?
Red one.
Interruption.
Unto whom? Great mercy. Unto David my father. Thou hast shown unto David my father great mercy, according to walk before thee in truth.
That is correct. Question number 3 is a 2-part question worth 10 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 34, surely the Lord scorneth.
Yellow two.
Interruption.
Surely the Lord scorneth him, but he giveth grace unto him. Surely he scorneth the scornful, but he giveth grace unto the lowly.
That's correct. Question number 5 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question. Quote verse 25 of Proverbs chapter 1.
Red two.
But ye have said it not, all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
That is correct. Question number 5 is worth 10 points. Question. What pleased the Lord?
Red one.
Interruption.
According to 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 10. In the speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked this king.
That is correct. Question number 6, 2-part question worth 10 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 32, what is recorded concerning
Yellow one.
interruption?
What is recorded concerning the froward, and what is recorded concerning the righteous? The froward is an abomination to the Lord, but the secret is with the righteous.
That is correct. Exactly how it's written. Question number 7 is a quotation question worth 10 points. Question. Quote the verse of Proverbs chapter 8, which speaks of witty and
Yellow two.
interruption.
Witty inventions. I wisdom knoweth prudence to find out knowledge of witty inventions.
Good. That's correct. Question number 8 is worth 10 points. Question. I went by what?
Yellow two.
Interruption.
According to Proverbs chapter 24, verse 30, I went by the field of the slothful, by the vineyard of the man void of understanding.
That's correct. Question number 11 is a 3-part question worth 20 points. Question. Which verse of Proverbs chapter 14 states that every wise woman does?
Red one.
Interruption.
Does what, but the foolish does what? Verse 1, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
That is correct.
Point of order.
Point of order.
You stated question 11 is, that was question 9, I believe.
So, yeah, we'll take that. Since we didn't compromise anything there, we'll go with that as correct. But now we're going to number 10. Question number 10 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Question. Solomon, according to 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 15, offered what?
Yellow two.
Interruption.
made what? Offered up burnt offerings and offered peace offerings and made a feast to all his servants.
That is correct. Question number 11 is a quotation question worth 20 points. Question. One verse of Proverbs chapter 3 speaks of the power of thine
Yellow 1.
interruption.
Power of thy hand. Quote this verse. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due, and it is in the power of thy hand to do.
That is correct. Question number 12, cross-reference, worth 20 points. Question. Locate the 3 verses of Proverbs chapter 8 which contain the word righteousness. Question number 13, 20-point question. Question. Who is described as blessed in verse 34, Proverbs chapter?
Red 2.
Interruption.
Proverbs chapter 8. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors.
That is correct. Question 14 is a 4-part question worth 20 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 17, verse 9, who seeketh what, and who spareth?
Yellow 2.
Interruption. No wonder you can't find that. You guys are supposed to stop me there. There's no
trying,
verse that says that.
He was thinking I'd give him a chance.
That was a big chance.
There's only 400 and something. verses.
Separated. Separated was the word. Okay. 14 replacement. We'll go 14 on that last quiz.
Okay.
Question number 14 is worth 20 points. Question. How is a man of great wrath described?
Red 2.
Interruption.
In Proverbs chapter 19, verse 19, a man of great wrath shall suffer punishment, or if thou deliver him, yet thou must do it again.
That is correct. Question number 15 is worth 20 points. Question. What happened in Gibeon according to
Yellow 2.
interruption?
According to 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 5. In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, ask what I shall give thee.
That is correct. Question number 16. Cross-reference 2-part question worth 20 points. Question. My son in Proverbs chapter 3 is instructed to keep what in
Red 1.
interruption? That is incorrect. It's interrupted. Cross-reference 2-part question will be reread for Calgary without interruption. Question. My son in Proverbs chapter 3 is instructed to keep what in verse 1 and to keep what in verse 21?
Yellow 1.
My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. Verse 1. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes, keep sound wisdom and discretion. Verse 21.
That is correct.
Oh, no.
Time out 60 seconds, Calgary. Time is in. Question number 17 is a 2-part question worth 20 points. Question. When did the Queen of Sheba do what? As
Yellow 2.
interruption.
As recorded in 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 1, and when Queen of Sheba heard of him, Solomon, concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions.
That is correct. Question 18 is a four-part question worth 30 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 15, verses 16 and 17, better is what than what in verse?
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
Better is what than what in verse 16, better is what than what in verse 17. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is a dinner of herbs for love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith.
That is correct. Question number 19 is a quotation question worth 30 points. Question. Quote Proverbs chapter 11, verses 2.
Yellow 2.
Interruption.
Two, 3, 4. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but the lowly is wisdom. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
That is correct. Question number 20. That is Stephen's eighth correct. Again, pointing out. Question number 20. Cross-reference four-part question worth 30 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 2, verse 2 speaks of inclining what unto what, and verse 18 speaks of inclining.
Yellow 1.
Interruption.
Inclining what unto what? So thou incline thine ear to listen, and part thine heart to understanding, for her house inclineth me to death, and her house of me death.
Okay, I'm going to have to go ahead and replace that question now. It was read improperly. Go that last, please. How about number 18? Question number 20 is a cross-reference two-part question worth 30 points. Question. According to Proverbs chapter 8, which two consecutive verses speak of the body part's lips? And which two consecutive verses speaks of the body part mouth? We have a winner. All right, let's give both teams a hand. Calling the winner of this quiz on the yellow and the Spokane on the red. Results was Calgary with 230 points. Second highest score was Morgan with 60, and the highest score with 160 was Stephen. Quizzing out.